anyone sign? Okay, we have WilliamBrighenti from 46 Mildrum Road, and if you could just come up to the podium if you are going to speak and state your name and address for the record, please.
Thank you. William Brighenti, 46 Mildrum Road, Berlin, Connecticut. I thank all of you for serving on the Town Council and working on this annual budget. We of Berlin have a very distinguished body representing us in terms of your credentials, education, ethics, and civic mindedness. We have attorneys, management from corporate America, small business entrepreneurs serving on our Town Council. You are the best of Berlin, and we appreciate your service. I have questions about the annual budget and its process. Number one, why are raises being given to virtually all already well-compensated public employees when Berlin citizens in the private sector are desperately trying to hold on to their jobs at Sikorsky, CLMP, and elsewhere? Number two, why are these raises being allowed to be approved when a number of Berlin citizens have been desperately seeking jobs since 2008? Number three, why are there these raises when your Berlin neighbors are having great difficulty paying their mortgages, their utilities, their sewer and water bills, their insurance, their grocery bills, and their taxes? 30% of all mortgages remain underwater here in Berlin too. Number four, why do we have these raises to well-compensated public employees just after passing tax sales to make it easier to put Berlin families out into the streets? Number five, why raise taxes when it will increase, why approve these raises when it will increase taxes, hurt local small businesses that create 80% of our jobs and that are unable to obtain commercial bank loans today? I think I lost my count here, so. Number six, please count for me. Why, I'm getting senile, I'm 66 years old. Why raises when so many here in Berlin and elsewhere desire these municipal jobs at their current compensation levels, along with their job security, great benefits, ideal working conditions and hours? And number seven, why are we replacing police officers when government freezes exist at state and federal levels, and when we have approximately, I think, 50 employees in the police department here in our town of Mayberry? Perhaps the answer lies outside the budget. Please consider the following. Why are we assured the Town Council will work together and reach across the aisle, but on bread and butter issues, wallet and pocket issues, it continues voting in seeming lockstep along strict party lines? I watched your courageous vote on the tax sales, but it was along party lines, wasn't it? And it appears that your budget vote is also along party lines. Doesn't working together and reaching across the aisle mean more than just merely being civil to one another? Doesn't it not mean not voting along strict party lines? Why is there this voting in seeming lockstep to party when there are 5,000 unaffiliated voters, 4,000 registered Democrats, and 3,000 Republicans? Is this why many of us unaffiliated voters feel disenfranchised today in Berlin? If everything is determined by the majority party on the council, why bother having town council meetings at all? Just have one party make all the decisions. Why insult our intelligence with a pretense of a democratic process. I look at the school board, responsible for 60 to 65% of the budget, and ask, why has there been reported this voting in seeming lockstep, 9-0 on major issues? Why is the board president targeting citizens 10 months before elections to serve on the Board of Education? Could this account for all of those 9-0 votes? Why are 76 coaches, who are not wussy by temperament, fearful of reprisals? Why do citizens attending a Board of Education hearing not feel at ease to speak up? Why do 8 board members go into executive session rather than discuss openly the issue of concern? Is this transparency in government? Why are referendums ignored or dismissed? Why is attendance at town council meetings so poor? Could it be that we all know the results beforehand and our voices do not matter? Is not the real issue tonight bigger than an annual budget? Does it not include our entire democratic process? If we are to fix our national government when only 15% of Americans approve of the performance of Congress, does not change have to begin here tonight in the town square? Wasn't the town square the cradle of our democracy? If we are to repeal Citizens United, close Gatamano, stop the NSA from wiretapping and eavesdropping, stop drones killing innocent civilians, stop endless wars, overturn the NDAA violating habeas corpus, stop fast track from being negotiated behind closed doors to outsource an additional 40 million more jobs overseas, does not the change have to start here tonight in the town square? The budget is not merely a financial report, it represents a lot more. It's a social contract involving the lives of all Berlin citizens. It is a testament to our values. I'm here tonight not to ask you to perform 2 loaves and 7 fishes. I'm asking you to be at your very best tonight as good citizens and to consider your neighbor's well-being. I ask you tonight to pause and reconsider all of the ramifications of this budget, to vote your conscience, and to help restore faith in the democratic process. I intended no disrespect to any of you by expressing my feelings tonight. I thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thanks.
Okay, Jim Kasulis.
James Kasulis, 768 Southington Road, Berlin. I didn't prepare anything. I'm just here to say I think that the taxes are too high. I don't expect you to lower them. I'm just a little tired of them constantly going up, and I've been in the same house, I believe, 12 years, and I just refinanced it in July for another 30 at a very low interest rate, so I'm not planning on going anywhere. I could have taken a 20-year mortgage, but the interest rate was almost the same, so basically I'm already paying over $600 a month in taxes, so I feel that's high. Where's it going to be in 10 years? Is it going to be $1,000 a month? You know, it's got to stop. I'm 47. I know that's young compared to a lot of you, but well, they keep telling me that, but you know, I don't feel 47 is that young. I mean, it's 20 years from now, I'll be 67. If I don't make principal payments, I'm still going to have 10 years to go on that mortgage. I just refinanced, and a third of my mortgage payment is already taxes to the town of Berlin. Now, I know we get services and things, but it's very easy to say we don't have enough money, let's just raise taxes a little bit, and maybe every few years that little bit will be a larger bit, but you know, just what's hard to do is to look for waste or ways to cut back, you know. And I'm self-employed. I work on homes for people. The housing market's not good. The economy's poor. I don't believe what I'm seeing on TV. I don't see a recovery. Maybe in 5 years. I'm not seeing it now. I honestly think it's probably going to get a little worse before it gets better. I'd just like to see more effort to not raise taxes. One other thing that kind of upsets me, and I always go vote on the budget, okay? But unless I'm mistaken, correct me if I'm wrong, really all we're doing when we go to vote on the budget is you're getting an opinion, and then you make the final decision, right? And the turnout's very low. I've heard that. And it probably costs money to open the polls and everything. It's really not a vote what you're getting. You're taking a survey. Okay, we're really not voting. You're voting. We're just giving you our opinion. It's a survey, is it not? Why don't we do it online? We already do it with the school system. You've got half the town of Berlin's email already. Why not get the other half of the town's email? Let's email everybody instead of voting. We can, you can ask more questions. You can get an online survey. You'll have a better opinion. You get more participation. I think it would cost less. People don't have to leave their house. And then you don't have to hear things like, that the budget was voted down, but we don't have time for another vote, so we're going to put it through anyway because participation was low. I think that happened, I don't know, 2 or 3 votes ago. What happened last time? It was $70-something million budget. It got voted down, and what was shaved off it? A couple $100,000 maybe? That's kind of small, no? We didn't get to vote on that again either. So, maybe an online survey is easier. All right. That's all. I think the taxes are too high. I don't want to pay more. Please stop raising.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay, Carol Brighenti.
Hi, how are you? I've lived in Berlin my entire life. My parents built the house that I live in now. They paid $62 a month for their mortgage. In the last 10 years, I've seen my taxes go up at least 30%. Because I pay them, I get the bill, I see them. Our pockets have a bottom to them. They just can't keep going up. It's like everybody's in trouble. Your people are leaving town. We're not getting businesses in. Maybe, I've tightened my belt. My husband and I don't drive a fancy car. We don't go on vacations. I cook everything. We don't go out to dinner. It's like maybe the town has to try and cut in other places to save us raising. I mean, you just can't keep going up and up and up and up. It's got to stop somewhere, and the people are suffering. They're hurting. I don't know what else to say, but it's my opinion, and it's like I've lived here, I'm not going to say how many years, but over 60. So, a long time. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Carol. Karen Sawaki? Apologize if that, okay.
I'll take that.
Okay.
Hi, I'm Karen Sawaki, 15 at Hamilton Drive in Berlin. Thank you all for being here and serving. I also used to sit where you guys used to sit some 25 years ago, and things were quite different back then. I kind of want to echo what Carol had said about our pockets have bottoms to them. I'm retired. My husband wants to retire soon, but it's just not going to happen because it can't. I, for one, believe that you have to raise taxes. Maybe not by percentage, maybe by a quarter or whatever, but to me it's fiscal responsibility to raise taxes. Because somewhere along the line, it's going to hit the fan and you're going to have to raise taxes. It happened in Newington. And Newington, after 10 years, raised taxes, and they got hit with bills that were unbelievable. There's new things coming up in town being built, the police station, schools, that are going to increase our taxes. That's a given. And somewhere it has to stop. And I would like consideration to be made with this budget that we try to keep it to a minimum, if you can. And I thank you for listening.
Thank you.
Is there anyone else in the audience who would like to speak? Okay, and I would just like to say to the folks who came today, thank you for coming and voicing your opinion. And just as a matter of budget process, today's vote is not actually on the budget itself. It's just to move it to the public hearing on April 8th. Where you are more than welcome to come and voice your opinion again if you would so desire. And then after that hearing, hopefully we'll have a lot of other folks there who will have an opportunity to share their opinions. And we have a work session after that public hearing to make any changes if it seems fit to do so. So thank you for being here, and the budget process is not over by any means. So we'll continue to work on it. Okay.